The Strait of Hormuz is now open thanks to Iran. We won't have to turn our yard, as according to Minister Vaz, we were heading to that state where we would soon have to be staying at our homes because we are being restricted by the increasing costs of gas and the petroleum on the world market. So Iran has now said that the Strait of Hormuz is now open. So what is petroleum? Petroleum consists of a variety of liquids, gaseous and solid components. Lighter carbons are the gases methane, ethane, propane and butane. Otherwise, the bulk of the liquid and solids are largely heavier organic compounds, often hydrocarbon C and H only. Yes, so that's a little information on what the petroleum is and what is being fighting over. This is what the minister had to say. Petroleum prices to be closely aligned to global movements through tiered pricing mechanism. Minister, a tiered pricing mechanism is being implemented which will see petroleum prices being moved more closely aligned to global price movements. Minister of Energy, Transport and Telecommunications, Honorable Darvaz, made the disclosure during a post-cabinet press briefing held at Jamaica House on Wednesday, April 15. Mr. Vaz explained that while the current mechanism has been effective in cushioning consumers, it has resulted in significant financial losses by Petroleum of 1.3 billion to 1.4 billion in 4 weeks. What? Which was not passed on to consumers. You hear that, people? Let me say it again. Mr. Vaz explained that while the current mechanism has been effective in cushioning consumers, it has resulted in significant financial losses by Petroleum of 1.3 billion to 1.4 billion in only 4 weeks. You hear that? Which was not passed on to consumers. He noted that if elevated prices persist until June 2026, it will cost the government of Jamaica 11.8 billion. He said that is unaffordable and unsustainable. Mr. Vaz said Cabinet considered the revised new tiered pricing mechanism, which is designed to allow for control and predictable adjustment, maintain consumer protection for smaller increases, and enable greater flexibility during larger global high price shocks. Again, all this trouble caused by the idiot in the White House who caused this unnecessary and illegal war. That's my word, not Mr. Vaz. My back is broad, so when I say thing about Trump, I say what I say because I know I'm absolutely right. I mean, I worry about visa, like maybe Mr. Vaz is worrying about his visa. He won't say certain things, but I'm saying it. Mr. Vaz further said, based on the war in the Middle East, it has become necessary to make changes to the pricing mechanism used by Petroleum to respond to the price uncertainty. This will allow Petroleum to be more agile and respond in a timelier manner to price volatility, the minister said. It means that the 450 cap, that's $4.50 cap, cannot be sustained, and it means that we'll have to have several different tiers of caps, probably 3 that will speak to what's happening in the market. Again, we should all blame the idiot in the White House for the trouble that the world is in. And he's gonna bring more disaster on the world. Some people not even notice what is going on. The minister explained that Jamaica continues to experience weekly increases in fuel prices driven by upward movements in the US Gulf Coast benchmark, which is a primary reference for refined petroleum products in the region. Vance said between March 12 and April 8 that full increase in transport fuel prices averaged $49.20 per litre. That would have been increased based on the change in the oil prices. However, only $18 of that $49.20 per litre was passed on to consumers based on Government of Jamaica pricing cap at Petroleum at $4.50 per litre per week, up or down, he stated. This was made possible through Petroleum pricing mechanism, which absorbed the remaining costs amounting to approximately US 8.6 million or 1.3 billion to 1.4 billion over the period. This was in order to cushion the impact on the Jamaican people, he added. People drive up and down to some of the money may pass on. I go drive, especially Mark X man them. So I go drive a burn up gas. Mr. Vaz has stressed that Jamaica would continue to see increases as long as the war in the Middle East continues. But thankfully again to Iran and not the idiot in the White House, the Strait of Hormuz is now open and I hope gas prices will go down on the world market and Jamaicans will get a relief at the pump. So thanks for watching and just go and conserve on your energy.